Since the beginning of time, we've wandered the earth with a starry-eyed belief in what we couldn't see, the paranormal. From ghosts, demons, sirens, fairies, and angels, stories of supernatural happenings have never failed to captivate us. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 spine-chilling mysteries that delve into the depths of the paranormal. The Churrel of India. Southeast Asia may not be the first place your mind wanders to when you think of hauntings. However, Asia is rich in fascinating culture and tradition, and from this comes some interesting ghost stories. You'd be forgiven for not knowing what the subject of our next story is. It's prominent in India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan, and is a demonic, malevolent force taking the form of a woman. It's called a churrel. The churrel is described as the ghost of an impurified living thing, and is also known as the tree spirit as she tends to latch onto trees in the jungles of Asia. She allegedly takes the form of a beautiful woman, luring men she wants to revenge on into the woods only to take their lives or to take their vitality. The latter turns the men into much older beings. Churrels are thought to come from women who have experienced an unnatural loss of life. This is often during pregnancy or childbirth, or from suffering at the hands of her in-laws. Often, churrels will haunt the men of a certain family, as the spirit of the mistreated woman is related to them. The legend is thought to come from Persia, now Iran, where the churrel forms from women who have lived an unsatisfactory life, or who have unfulfilled desires. Once appearing to men, again often in a jungle, the mountains, or other remote places, she removes her cloak of beauty to reveal a monstrous, gnarled appearance. The true form of the churrel is a woman with a disfigured appearance. Depending on the country from which the legend originates, churrels can have black tongues, no mouth at all, a face to resemble a pig, claw-like hands, and fangs. This is far from the stunning appearance of a young woman dressed all in white that the churrel allegedly shapeshifts to. According to Asian folklore, one can prevent the creation of a churrel by either preventing its creation by treating a woman well during pregnancy, or by performing a series of rituals upon the body once they have passed away. In some parts of Asia, the ground where the woman passed away is purified or dug up and treated with mustard, which keeps the churrel content. The failure to do this leaves the churrel roaming the graveyards, battlefields, mountains, and jungles of India and other South Asian countries. Zak Baggins and the Conjuring House. Ghost hunter, TV presenter, and all-round creep-loving guy Zak Baggins has been surrounded by ghouls and ghosts for most of his professional life. The host of the show Ghost Adventures, Baggins also owns his own haunted museum in Nevada. Despite becoming accustomed to the spooks of the underworld, Baggins reportedly isn't immune to the effects that his area of interest has on people. Dubbed the modern Ed and Lorraine Warren, Baggins paid a visit to the legendary Harrisville farmhouse in Rhode Island, which is the real-life setting for the Conjuring film franchise. The original owners of the home, depicted in the films, spoke of how the Warrens knew that they had their hands full when they entered the farmhouse to investigate alleged incidents of possession and poltergeist activity. When Baggins entered the farmhouse to explore it himself, things began to go wrong. Baggins allegedly began to complain of chest pains and dizziness, as well as difficulty breathing. Baggins declared himself unwell and described how he just didn't want to be around anybody. He insisted that he didn't feel possessed and how he would know what that felt like. He described his feeling as if something was drawing life out of him into some sort of entity or atmosphere. Scarily, like many who had been to the farmhouse before, Baggins too knew there was a presence there. Baggins, the Warrens, and others have all felt a strange and eerie presence in the Harrisville farmhouse, and it could well be one of the most haunted places in America. MV Joyita. The almost unsinkable MV Joyita was found in poor condition and drifting near Fiji 5 weeks after it disappeared. It was partially submerged, but it wasn't sunk. However, by the time it was discovered, Its 25 crew and passengers were all long gone, with the cargo and 3 life rafts. If you were one of the passengers, knowing that the ship you are on has a very strong structure, would you have risked sailing on a life raft in an open sea at night instead of staying aboard? The logical answer would be a resounding no. But what exactly happened that night? Nobody knows. It all started on October 3rd, 1955. MV Joyita left Apia Harbour in Samoa bound for the Tokelau Islands, which is about 270 miles away. It was originally scheduled to leave the day before, but it had an issue with its port engine clutch. It eventually sailed the next day running on only one engine. It had 16 crew members and 9 passengers, including 1 doctor. MV Joyita was expected to reach Tokelau in no more than 48 hours. It was supposed to arrive on October 5th, 1955. It was already a day overdue when the port of Whakauwha reported that MV Joyita never made it. No distress signal was received from the crew, which left everyone with no clues as to what happened. A search and rescue team was sent the same day, and for a whole week they tried to find answers, but they came back with nothing. It wasn't until November 10th, 1955, when the captain of another merchant ship sighted MV Joyita drifting 600 miles off its course. It was found slightly submerged and empty. All its passengers and more than 4 tons of cargo were all gone. Based on the remaining fuel, the ship made it about 243 miles on its course before the engine failed due to a pipe leak in the engine cooling system. The radio system was found to have been functioning, but only had a reach of 2 miles. Even if the ship had sent a distress signal, it would never have been received. However, this could have been easily fixed by one of the members of the crew. These findings create a deeper mystery surrounding the real events that happened that night. For decades, numerous theories have been suggested, but today we are going to focus on the 2 most controversial ones. The first theory accuses the Japanese forces of having kidnapped and killed the passengers of MV Joyita. The year 1955 was still around the time when Japanese forces were to blame concerning any sea vessel disappearances in this area. The MV Joyita might have witnessed something that they shouldn't have, which made them a target of a Japanese group. This would also explain the missing cargo, as it could have been transferred to another ship. The second theory has something to do with Captain Thomas H. Miller, the captain of MV Joyita. He knew that the ship was sturdy and could at least keep them all safe until the daytime. However, the evidence found on the recovered ghost ship proves that the passengers left at night. According to a close friend of the captain, knowing him, he would have never left the ship even if it cost him his life, and yet the captain was gone along with the rest of the people aboard. One of the most logical explanations for this could be that the captain was injured or somehow incapacitated. This theory has gained credence following the discovery of blood-stained bandages on the ship. But what do you make of these mysteries involving the paranormal? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.